My uncle Leonard had money, loud money, the kind of money that wore loafers without socks and bragged about tax loopholes like they were Olympic medals. So when he invited me to fly with him on his private jet, I already knew it wasn't affection, it was theatrics. A performance for whoever he wanted to impress this week. This isn't Coach, don't touch a thing, he snapped the second we stepped into the hangar, didn't even try to hide his disgust, his eyes drifting over my jeans, my old backpack, and the ponytail I barely bothered to fix. I smiled politely. Good to see you too, uncle. Just don't embarrass me, he muttered. The investors will already be judging. Ah yes. There it was, the real reason for the invitation. Optics. Having his poor orphan niece at his side made him look charitable. The pilot approached us with an iPad. Ma'am, I just need to scan your ID. I handed it over, expecting nothing more than routine bureaucracy, but the moment the scanner flashed, the screen turned violently red. A piercing alert erupted from the device. Alert, Valkyrie asset. Passenger requires full security clearance. My uncle laughed, one of those brittle laughs he used when he was nervous. This some kind of joke? She works at a bookstore. The pilot did not laugh, he straightened, voice crisp, authoritative. Sir, step back. Now. Before I could breathe, the ground began to tremble. F-22 Raptors rolled onto the runway like metallic predators, engines roaring, wings angled toward us, the hangar doors shuttered. Uniformed Air Force personnel jogged in formation toward the jet. My uncle's face drained of color. What is this? Who are they for? He stammered. The pilot saluted me. Ma'am, your protection detail is ready. Every head turned, even the guards looked confused. My uncle blinked. Protection? For her? She's nobody. I tilted my head, studying the man who once told me I should marry rich because ambition wasn't in my DNA. Leonard, I said softly, you'd be surprised what people become when you stop looking. He opened his mouth, but no words came out, only trembling silence. The engines of the F-22s thundered behind us as the security detail formed a protective circle around me. Not him. A lifetime of his arrogance cracked in that moment. But this wasn't revenge, not yet. This was merely the check-in. The flight had not even begun. They escorted me up the jet stairway first, not because I demanded it, but because protocol demanded it. The pilot guided me to the plush leather seat near the cockpit, the one reserved for VIP class military liaisons, and my uncle was forced to trail behind, sputtering questions no one cared to answer. Valkyrie? What does that mean? Why are there fighter jets escorting us? Why is everyone listening to you? I didn't respond, not because I was hiding something, but because I was enjoying the silence. Once the cabin door sealed, a woman in uniform with silver leaves on her collar approached. Ma'am, she said, General Pierce will be connecting with you shortly. Your briefing packet is ready. My uncle choked. Briefing? For what? She works part-time. The woman cut him off without mercy. Sir, please sit. You are here at our discretion now. He obeyed. That alone was better than champagne. A soft chime sounded, and the cabin lights dimmed as a secure comm screen unfolded from the wall. A stern-faced general appeared, his voice deep and controlled. Valkyrie 7. Your cover has been unintentionally compromised by this civilian transport event. We're initiating contingency protocols. My uncle flinched, his head snapped toward me so fast I heard a crack. Valkyrie 7? You. I folded my hands calmly. Yes, uncle. Me. The general continued, unfazed. We appreciate your continued cooperation, Agent Hale. Once you land, your new assignment file will be delivered. That is all. The screen blacked out. My uncle stared at me like he'd never seen me before, like I was an alien or a ghost. What assignment? What is this? Are you in danger? Am I in danger? Why didn't you tell me? I finally looked at him. You never asked. He recoiled as if I'd slapped him. The truth tends to hit harder than fists. The jet soared above the clouds, flanked by 2 fighter jets shimmering like steel falcons. Felt the familiar hum of the engines, a sound that meant safety to most, but meant purpose to me. My uncle leaned forward, his voice a whisper. Why did they call you Valkyrie? I turned my gaze toward the window, because, I said quietly, when things fall from the sky, I'm the one who brings them home. He swallowed hard, but he still didn't understand. He would, soon, because this flight was heading straight toward the moment my revenge would take full shape, not through violence, not through power plays, but through the one thing my uncle hated most, truth. We landed at a restricted military airfield, not the glamorous city airport my uncle had been bragging about to his investors. The jet rolled to a stop beside a black SUV convoy. Soldiers snapped to attention as soon as I stepped out. My uncle followed, trying to regain his swagger. He failed. A man in a tailored suit approached us, flipping open a folder. Agent Hale, final confirmation. You wish to authorize the financial action today? My uncle frowned. Financial action? What financial action? The agent handed me a tablet. On the screen, the Hale Aerospace Trust, Founders Seat Transfer Authorization. My uncle blanched. That's my company. My seat. Why is your name on it? I tapped the signature line with my thumb. A green checkmark glowed, because, I said, Mom left me her shares. Quietly. And she made me promise I'd take control when I was ready. He staggered. No, that's impossible. Your mother didn't understand business. She understood enough to protect her daughter from you. His eyes widened as the agent continued, with this authorization, control of the trust, and all voting rights, transfer to Agent Hale. Effective immediately. My uncle's voice cracked. You tricked me into bringing you here. You used me. I met his gaze without blinking. You spent my entire childhood telling me I'd be nothing. You mocked my scholarship. You laughed when I joined federal service. You stole every opportunity Mom tried to give me. Didn't use you today, Uncle Leonard. I stepped closer. You just finally learned your place in my story. He trembled, anger mixing with shame. You could have warned me. And ruined the surprise? I smirked. A colonel approached me with a sealed envelope. Agent Hale, your next mission file. Your transport is ready. I took it. My uncle looked between us all, soldiers, jets, officials, realizing the world he thought he owned was barely a corner of mine. I turned back one last time. Leonard, you invited me on your jet to show off your power. But the sky doesn't belong to you. I pointed toward the F-22s idling like loyal sentinels. It belongs to people like me. I walked toward the convoy, boots hitting the tarmac with purpose. My uncle stood frozen, a man who had spent his entire life looking down, now forced to look up at the niece he once dismissed. Revenge didn't need fire or fury, just altitude, and today, I was already far above him.